Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 44 for EDSS in the Realm Reborn, and last time we were able to successfully overcome the judgment of the Sylph's Primal Ramuh, and were able to ensure the survival of all the people living in Gridania and the Black Shroud. So now we have to go give the good news to the Elder Seedseer Kane Senna. So let's speak with the Serpent Lieutenant to validate this, to take the level 50 challenge entitled What Little Gods Are Made Of. The Serpent Lieutenant is ready to send you on your way. The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Norfolk Assaulter will be expecting you. Fare you well, Edie. And so, this we shall do. So, back home to where it all began. So yeah, this is the first video that I'm making after the World Autism Awareness Day stream on Twitch. That the initial recording that I did featuring the current festival that's going on, Hatching Tide, went off without a hitch. And then when I wanted to record the main stream, everything went horribly wrong, and PSN got dumb. It had errors going on, it had technical difficulties that prevented me from streaming for 2 hours, which really made me so mad. And it really much, any support that I had for that stream was pretty much gone once I finally was able to finally start recording. And so, because of that, I want to offer you guys my most sincere apologies. It wasn't something that I could control. I really wish that I could have had a better perception of timing, but yeah, that just really was unfortunate the way that it ended. And so I want to apologize again to all of you guys for letting you down and not giving you the stream that I wanted to give you when I wanted to give it to you. So hopefully we can at least keep our frustrations in check while we speak with the Elder Seedseer. Elder Seedseer?
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Well, Elder Seedseer, this is how it happened.
Ramuh made trial of you?
He did.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
Yeah, there's definitely truth to that statement.
It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest.
And what's your perception of this?
As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility.
Of course.
If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
Well, let's hope that your vision will come to reality.
On behalf of the people of Gridania, and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
Thank you, Elder Seedseer.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Thank you for your vote of confidence there, Elder Seedseer. We appreciate that. We'll see how this enhanced support comes eventually.
Yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Well, could it be what we've found out about the dirty little secrets that one particular Lalafell had a few episodes ago? Well, we'll see what becomes of it eventually, but first, let's speak to Papa Limo. Thus ends another daunting mission, Edie? I'd hoped that Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Oriange too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Edie? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? I do believe that is a good idea. So, back home to Remnant's Toll. Back in a moment. And so we have returned to the Rising Stones here in Mordona, so let's speak with Lady Minfilia to complete this challenge. Welcome back, Edie. Words of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. Of course it does. I would fain share news of mine own, but Uriange's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Leven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Arsene's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Very well, I think this is a good idea, so we'll have these observations right now. Hello there again, everyone.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Uriange, the floor is yours.
So what have you found? Or what have you gleaned?
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Uriange and I have striven to discover means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And how do you seek to achieve this?
'Tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
Well, let's hope you're right on that, Uriange.
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
Well, that's good.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Leven's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
No, of course not.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Alright, go ahead.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals
Unless they're
behave
primal.
somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Don't fall asleep, people. The best part is coming. This
Which
part.
brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Makes sense.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
Oh, we
I am
can't
sorry,
forget
my
that.
friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
Let's hope you're right on that,
Sahagin
Ariandre.
ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Then...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady.
She didn't say
Only when we
anything,
have
though.
trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
Okay. And so I guess they'll
I
go on
will
a discussion
depart at
about that.
once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Not ready to go yet?
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their
Yeah, we need to
findings
hear about
shall
this
soon
earlier in
be
the
known
patch.
to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
And so away he goes. But, back where the Ascians live, their entire council led by Elidibus is gonna have a conversation. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Hall, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidel's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. And this is where you seek to take advantage, right? Yet even as it innovates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And where do you seek to achieve this? And that is the task to which you bend our every effort. So would that be our good friend La Habrea? Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soul. We only need men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Are they all in agreement on that, though? I mean, it seems to be what they want, because I think we're looking at it right there. And so, as the Ascians continue to ponder their situation, we've completed that challenge. So now let's speak with Lady Minfilia again to take on the next one. A challenge entitled A Hard Haplet to Break. Minfilia has some correspondence she wishes to share with you. Alright, very well. Now the matter of Rome has for the present been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Edie. And what will that be? Oh, a scroll. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is one but among our number to have faced them all. And of course, that be me. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In your course of duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Edie, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Thank you, Lady Minfilia. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, without even their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what we might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the silksome little solace who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Allag, that we may be spared the horror of another ultimate weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to the many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruptions of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Oh, your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming and descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Hello there, Alpha Node. Yeah, we knew it was you when you addressed her as Antecedent. Alphanode, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. What are you talking about there, Edie, or Alphanode? I have a message for you from Ella. You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphanode? And am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Like, what are you getting at? Shame on you, Lady Minfilia. Edie, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, Slavborn but recently inquired as to your whereabouts. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to discuss with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Yeah, I think we can do that. And so, therefore, with our new quest accepted, let us indeed do what Lady Minfilia asks of us, and make our way out of the Rising Stones for the time being. Because there's been quite a lot that's been going on in since the new edition was launched into Reborn, the last one. The city has actually been expanded in size. You can actually go to other places that you couldn't go to before. Places that were barred off or you couldn't access are now accessible to you. And so before we speak with Slavborn, I'm going to demonstrate one such location. So once we have an opportunity to leave the 7th Heaven, I'll give you the new location of Revenant's Toll that was recently introduced as part of patch 2.55. Yeah, because it's 2.55. There's 2 5s in there. Patch 2.5 was introduced in 2 parts. The first one was introduced at the start of the year. Patch 2.55 was introduced just a few days ago. So you're probably wondering, where is this new expansion? Well, if we go where Tyrannus Rever is standing, we can actually take a left here, because you couldn't before. Run up these stairs, and in so doing, you get the opportunity to go over... Okay, that's not the correct direction. But if you go in here, like, you can find new space, new areas that you couldn't go to before. You know, this spot here. Plus there's another that I'm still looking for. Yes, right here. This one. Yeah, you couldn't come over here before because it wasn't accessible, but now, thanks to the 2.55 patch, you now get a bird's eye view of Revenant's Toll like you could never get before. And I have to say that this is pretty cool that they would have this. In fact, you can even, if you're so willing, be able to jump on these banners and run down them or run up them. You can even run over here too, and to get perhaps an even better view of the city. Because yeah, this bridge, you couldn't access this bridge before, but now you can. And it even comes with its own little trench of water too. Its own little canal. But yeah, how's this for a view of the crystal here in Mordona? That's pretty impressive that they would actually open up this area. And of course, looking down on all my fellow gamers who have come through here so many times. It's just surreal to see an environment like this. But of course, that's not why we are here. We are here to speak with Slavborn, because he asks for us a favor, so let's go fulfill it. Oh, I see my fun adventure friend has returned, the dust of the road yet clinging to his boots. Did the signs have no work for you this day then? The Antecedent sent you my way, did she? Well, it is not urgent, but I could certainly do with your help. You see, Revenant's Toll has become something of a favorite destination for adventurers. Part of that is due to the town's growing fame, but a goodly number of green heroes to be have come here to follow in your footsteps. And when I say green, I mean fresh out of the ground, don't know one end of a sword from the other green. I've done what I can, but what they really need is a good talking to from someone they respect. An adventurer who's done it all. Edie, that would be you. And naturally, the one lass who would most benefit from your wisdom is nowhere to be seen. She was off to slay Haplets and was due back some time ago. Likely got herself in over her head as usual. And now that I think on it, this may be the perfect opportunity for you to treat her to a demonstration of your skills. I'd consider it a personal favor if you would head out to the Singing Shards and show that amateur how it's done. Alright, well, since we know that battle will be required, we will step back into our battle gear. And we're going to go to the east for this one. We're going to head back towards the direction of St. Quinnick's Find, where, of course, the Fellowship of Noah, people who we've been helping to get access to the Crystal Tower, are going to be. But we will not be going that far. In fact, I think we're going... Okay, yeah, we're going up there to the northeast corner of Mordona. So we'll take a left here and thread the needle through the archway. Yeah, we're gonna have an opportunity to actually do some combat in this episode, because yeah, it's mostly been discussion and plot advancements, but hey, I think it's about time that we had an opportunity to get some actual fighting involved in this episode. It won't be with you, Hippogriff, because you're not here to fight. We're not here to fight you. We want to find a Happolyte. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is a Happolyte? Well, you'll find out soon enough. Whoa, crap. Oh, what? Okay, that's okay, I was not expecting to die from a fall like that. What? Okay, yeah, I took a wrong turn, and I paid for it with my life! No! No! Ugh, blooper reel. That's one for the blooper reel. Ugh. Well, I guess that means this episode's gonna get drawn out further than I'd intended it to be. Crap. Crap! I was not expecting to die from that fall, because once you reach this point with your HP, you should be able to withstand a fall like that you lose everything but 1 HP, and then you just regain it back naturally. I mean, seriously. That should not have happened. But yeah, I end up taking a wrong turn and go off the edge and get myself killed. In fact, as it turns out, this seems to be the only way you can... It seems the only way you can go is through that way, so... Looks like the only way to continue on is to take this path over here. There we go. Now we're on the correct path. And I was like, why does the map not seem right? Well, there's a reason for that. That upper path is meant to throw you off course. And, as we've seen, to your death. So that's what a Happolyte looks like. Yeah, it's a big ugly demon that seems like a spawn out of hell itself. And we have to fight one in particular. We have to find the amateur adventurer who is actually trying to fight it. Yes, here we are. A struggling adventurer. I get the feeling that the presence of my Chocobo Lanza will be of great benefit for this. So, as you may have noticed, this is another one of those situations where we have to breach a purple circle. So, breach the circle, get the fight on. Scabrous Happolyte, here you are. Come on over this way so that we don't draw on your friends. Yeah, at the very least, we will have one fight in this episode. So we'll take these guys, negate your stun, and kill you off. And that's all there is to it. And to make sure that your friend does not dirty his hands with our conversation, like we've seen in some other episodes, including the most recent one, let's get rid of you as well. That takes care of you guys. Now let's help out our struggling adventurer, this female Mikote. By reaching out, the power of God compels you! near pissed myself back there. I was hoping to find myself a little one, but the fates went and threw the meanest bugger in all Modena at me. Typical. Hold up! You're EDSS, ain't you? The EDSS! At 7 House, you're flippin' famous! And you're twice as tough as they said you were and all. Bugger me, I can't believe I'm talking to the man himself! Oh, now you've gone and seen him, your worst. 'Twasn't your bleeding pet's fault, I tell you. Doesn't listen to a damn thing I say. And the fact that none of these so-called mates offered him to help me when I told him I was off to gut some haplets, most of them gave me a confused horror. Like I was talking out of my arse. You, don't agree though, right? So we have to we have to show the struggling adventurer exactly what you think of her attitude with a resounding huh. Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, you're showing off. So let's go and give you a huh. So let's get my laptop to function. Yeah, you failed to understand the struggling adventurer. Gods, no, not you two. That's the final bleeding straw, that is. I was hoping you of all people would understand. I mean, it ain't adventuring if you don't take a few risks, right? Alright, maybe I am a bit out of my depth here. I'll be more careful, I promise. Well, it looks like we resolved that issue, so why don't we go ahead and speak with Slathborn to finish the challenge, and we'll bring the episode to a close. Yeah, at least we had one fight. Granted, it was after we had an unfortunate situation that involved something I didn't think would actually happen, but it did. Okay, Slathborn. Ah, Edie, you have my thanks. That last I sent you out to instruct trudged back into town looking properly chastised. I thought a lesson from you might pierce that obstinate skull of hers. Nothing I said seemed to work. Truth be told, she seemed more inclined to listen only to the rustling of my beard than anything which came out of my mouth. But now that you have demonstrated the skills she yet lacks, it will not be long before her addle-pated peers hear the tale. They will soon realize that one does not become a hero in a day, and it requires dedication and perseverance, and learning from each task you undertake. There are no shortcuts, eh, Edie? No, there are not. So, we get the Gil plus choice of materia, and since none of these really apply to me because I am a Dragoon, and these are all meant for mages, we'll just go ahead and take an Intelligence Materia 4. So, that will bring today's episode to a close. Not much action going on, but we certainly did have a blooper, and we did help to gain the respect of a female Mikote to some extent. But who knows, maybe we'll cross paths with her again, maybe we won't. Well, time will only tell what adventures we're going to see here as we continue on in patch 2.3. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will speak with Slathborn here to see what else he wants us to do as we continue on here in the main story of patch 2.3. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navarro Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.